Okay, so yesterday we have discussed about online activism, right? Internet as a tool for activism as well as e-governance, right? So you are going to have questions on this aspect, on this very aspect. And today I'm going to deal with quite many of the topic and not in that way you will also get to find. So in what way I can cover, because there are so many topics which are there in the last unit related to cybercrime or even cyber law. Then surveillance is there, internet censorship, control, privacy. Okay, so it's very difficult actually to do everything in one class, and I do not have a recorded lecture also for that. Okay, and hence I need to deal with those topics. So concentrate, and if you have any queries, so let me know. So and one more thing on digital media literacy. Okay, you need to know about the skills which you acquire after you are literate digitally. Okay, so that is also important, the kind of new media skills that you will acquire. You can also say that I have acquired this, or even you say that these are the skills which are required in performing well in digital age. Okay, so that is also important, and these skills are basically related to play, stimulations, then judgment, then also distributive cognitions. Okay, so those are some of the skills which we'll be discussing today, because there are also questions I have set for, and I have rubricated, highlighted those topics which may supposed to come in exam. Okay, so and that will help you to become focused. Okay, so whatever I have discussed is not going to repeat, and as I have already told you that there will be 4 or 5 marks question for activism, and there will be a 10 marks question on governance, so that you can actually count on how much to write. Okay, so now what is important, first we will go with this media literacy only. Okay, media literacy and digital media literacy. Okay, so when you say media literacy, and literacy itself is not a very single construct. Literacy needs social support. Okay, this is a multiple construct, it needs social support. Okay, when you talk about the literacy, it's all about accessing, analyzing, evaluating the content, accessing, analyzing, evaluating, as well as creating content. And when we say about digital literacy, then we add one word that is called digital. Accessing, analyzing, evaluating, and creating content online or in digital platform, or for digital platform, or through digital tools and technologies, are what is called digital media literacy. Now, when you say access is a very important parameter, as I have already told you, and there is also one question I'm going to tell you, but not in this regard. What is access? But when you say access can also create disparities at the same time. Okay, I'm not going to discuss more about this, but how will you analyze the content is one very very important, parameters in terms of digital media literacy. When you say analyzing actually form a very analyzing itself forms a very core concept of information literacy. There are different divides now, different aspects of literacy. Okay, so we have information literacy, that is one aspect. Another aspect is social media literacy, and third one is privacy literacy. Fourth one is data literacy. Okay, and fifth one is news literacy. Okay, sixth one is cinema literacy. Okay, so and seventh, we also say AI literacy, and we talked about video game literacy. So these are different, aspect of digital media literacy, when you say, which will help you to enhance certain skills like you say play itself is related to problem solving, as it is not related to boredom something and you get into this play mode, but it is related to problem solving. It's a fun, it's also kind of enjoyment, and help you to engage into and enjoy whatever you do. So it is all about acquiring that habit of playing while you even go for searching any content and reading a material online. Okay, and when you talk about the simulation, it's all about you say converting uh, your knowledge and translating your knowledge or theoretical knowledge into real time applications is also a kind of simulation which is often there. Okay, and it is related to distributive cognition also. Distributive cognition is more about increasing more of this mental capacities, okay, mental capacities in a collaborative platform. Okay, mental capacities in the sense that you see the way you use wiki will be always different, the way you use blog will be different. Okay, and distributed cognition is such, it is related to even that cumulative knowledge the same time. So your mental capacity will anyhow improve, because at the same time you will also try to understand the opinion and viewpoints of others. At the same time, as I've already told you, that you can make some informed compromise. So informed compromise is very, very important in online world. Most of the time we do not have. In the last class yesterday I have discussed about importance of informed compromise, discussing about the scheme. It is not there. So distributive cognition is all about, like, our cognitions, our mental capacity, which are being distributed across, and it actually it's a kind of, like, knowledge itself, and different kind of knowledge which is shared, which is also like collaborated. Okay, so these are some of the skills, very abstract way it has been mentioned by Jenkins. Okay, these are some of the new media skills which we often say. Another one is performance, how you perform, enhance your performance with the help of understanding the context of video game and all, which is a video game literacy. We have said that is a literacy. So you understand the multimodality, the aspect which is involved, like the image, text, that even the animations, and some, not only the software part, but also the context of the game playing. Most of the time there are also, like, negative consequences of playing game. So understand the context which is involved is very, very important. So everywhere understanding the context is important in online. So that is another skill. Okay, that will also help you to be a good performer. Then what is important is, let me tell you, social media literacy. It is important, social media literacy is all about understanding the self and your choice, your engagement, as well as uh, understanding the relationship in the social, like, network. So it is important to understand yourself first. It is important to also make certain choice which are also informed choice. It is important also to, like, to understand relationship online, and also create any kind of engagement. You need to know how will you interact, because you see social media doesn't involve any kind of journalistic protocol. Okay, so that is one, like, journalistic protocol means it doesn't have any kind of fact checking mechanism, right? In social media you cannot even fact check, you cannot check and cross check the veracity of this information. So it doesn't involve the journalistic protocol. Like news have that journalistic protocol, because it actually goes through that discipline of verifications, then double check, cross check is there. So social media literacy is important in order to behave properly, in order to have a positive impression management. Yesterday I told you, it's all about impression management. It's all about publicity and hyper personal communication. That is a need itself is an hyper personal media. So so in order to even positively reveal the self, and even if you reveal something, like, which is not that you see uh, um, I'll say this word, which is related to what we say, what we attract, actually something not positive, I say, not very good, and also, but things which are related to truth. Okay, some may be bad also, something which is actually the fact, which can also be revealed. So without even thinking about the publicity or hyper personal communication. Are you getting what I mean to say? Is that most of the time we are always thinking about this impression management component, right? And we even, like, tend to, yeah, tend to simply get rid of or even ignore the negative side, bad mood, bad life aspect, right? But at the same time, it is also very, very important to provide the right fact, like provide the fact, provide the actual content. So whatever is happening in your life, without even filtering any kind of content, any kind of images. This is also true. Filtering is important when self-censorship done. In certain situations, self-censorship is required. Okay, and also in certain situations, cautiousness is also required. So self-censorship and cautiousness both are very, very important in online. But at the same time, see, online has also given us that provisions, or also you say it has given up some of the avenues that we can actually publish and we filter. So that provision is there. So that instantaneous communication, that immediacy, which we can always take hold of, and we cannot even, you see that we cannot even at times get ourselves attached to that immediacy and instantaneous, fold of life. At the same time, what I have also what I will also mention is that multitasking is very important skill in, in this digital age. It's very, very important. Multitasking, that understanding the situation and context of yourself, and also switch to another situation by understanding the salient features of that particular content. So no, sorry, context and environment. So understanding your environment, you focus on that environment, then shifting yourself to another environment and switching yourself to another environment is very, very important here in today's world. And that is also another skill, multitasking. So there are also many, you say, mainstream journalists and even traditional leaders, even our bujurg and senior people will definitely criticize with multitasking, and it is also very difficult at times. Okay, because it involves errors also, because you need actually concentrations, and that is also a that you also see um, unbridled attention which is needed at times, even to write a paper or even work for any journalistic piece, right? But at times when you talk about multitasking, that doesn't happen, hence it is also criticized. But when you talk about the new media skill involve judgment, involve multitasking, involve play, simulations, distributive cognition. These are some of this, not just said by me but said by Jankim. Okay, so he actually talks about the attributes and you see the merits of convergence. So we cannot even say that convergence is bad. It has made us alienated from the real life and ground reality. But see, we have to accept it, right? And accept it, and we also try to build those skills. So hence social media literacy is one aspect. So what it requires is understanding the self, understanding the context, understanding the relationship online, and understanding the choices that you actually make to make social media relationship engaging, and social media profile a workable one, and also relatable to others. Okay, so that is one thing is important. And then what is important is information literacy. As I have already told you, information literacy is the most important, crucial, important skill in terms of new media skill, information literacy skill. Okay, so when you talk about information literacy, it is all about use ICT to locate information, use ICT to locate information, analyze information. Now, when you talk about information literacy skill, it also involves critical literacy, like whether you know how to make a research question or not, whether you know how to make an appropriate search tool, whether you know how to make an appropriate search query to get the right information. This will come in information literacy. So in research also, you are going to do research dissertations. Now you will have abundance of information online. As I have already told you, Wikipedia is one site which will also provide all kinds of informations. And we yourself, you yourself try to collaborate Wikipedia and through Wiki technology, because that is also another exercise which will help you to build distributive cognition. But at the same time, this is also very, very important on your part to understand the reliability and credibility, and check the reliability and credibility of those online platforms. Like suppose Wikipedia. Wikipedia's information is not reliable. It is also said. At the same time, there are journals. So many journals are also there. So many a time, even I did a huge mistake. in even like in terms of publishing in one journal, there are clone journals, available clone journals which are there and at times deceive you. So it is very very important even to have an information literacy. And information literacy, it is more about simply putting a research question, framing a research question, or have an appropriate search tool or search engine or a search query. Okay, because you need to cross check the data again and again. Now, it is also related to data literacy. When you talk about data literacy is something how you convert data to information, and also convert how you will interpret the information which are there in that, like table, graph, and even pie chart into information which can also be applicable. Okay, some applicable information which is applicable for like any real time purpose. So that is related to data literacy. So data literacy is also related to information literacy. So it's very, very important. So these are some of the skill even. Okay, so but when you talk about this media literacy as a whole or new media literacy, it also involves the five core aspect like author format, understanding the author who actually create that create the content. Then that format is important, the technique which is used like in terms of transforming our like information into knowledge. And then we also see the audience who are being targeted, as well as you see the motive behind like motive is very very important, motive, that purpose behind creating that information, as well as that message and the content, like what is being like what is being provided, what is being contained, what is being like even highlighted. So it's very very important. So when you talk about the message, even again we can also relate to sub cinema literacy. This is relate message of cinema is different, right? This is also come under the new media literacy. You also need to understand the cinema. So without understanding the cinema, you cannot even simply come and understand on simply an OTT platform. Okay, you need to have basic cinema literacy also. Cinema literacy, understand this sort, structures, representation, what is being represented in one particular frame, what is being conventionalized, the way meaning is being conventionalized, the kind of narrative strategy which are being used in a cinema is very, very important. And then another literacy is AI literacy. Okay, AI literacy is very, very important nowadays. AI literacy, actually, you see it evolved in 1956. AI, this is called artificial intelligence. So it has first originated in 1956, and then it is evolved. And earlier it was known in you see science and engineering of machine learning. And later we actually see AI can actually mimic our perception, mimic our intelligence, mimic human perception, right? Mimic human intelligence, and at the same time helps us to perform day-to-day tasks. Right now it is very very important in even in journalism, even in education. So after few years, perhaps human being will be replaced with this AI. Okay, that is also one thing. We are still relying on this technology, but you never know, I might be replaced with an AI. Okay, because journalistic content are replaced by AI. AI can generate content nowadays. Okay, so this is also one thing. Okay, so AI literacy, this is one very important thing that has come nowadays. And then we have that news literacy. As I've already told you about news literacy, I'm not going to give detail about this news literacy. It is all about understanding those factors in making the news, right from this that ideological factors, then personal factor of the journalist. Okay, then also source factors. Okay, so that is being discussed already. Okay, in one class, if you go through the video, so you will get to understand. So when you talk about this new media literacy, it involves actually all this kind of literacy along with the computer literacy. Yeah, I'm coming to privacy, and that's why. So I'm like another one is privacy literacy. I'm coming to privacy. So hence now I'm not talking to privacy literacy. Let me tell you that when you talk about the new media literacy, these are different aspect of new media literacy. It will help to sharpen your observation. It will help to even strengthen your appreciation, strengthen your understanding. At the same time, this media literacy, why it is important in media literacy, it will also reinforces your self-esteem, self-image at the same time. You see, you understand what media content is. You understand the technique which is used to make that content. You understand the format most of the time. Like, people won't even know how a person is flying, right? And how that arrows are being flown away. So there is also a technique we always use. Okay, chroma key is there, so we know because we have that kind of setup and engagement. So hence, we understand it. And even if we gain some knowledge technically, most of the time it is also very, very important to understand some of the theoretical aspect of it. Like when you talk about the social media, so you can be very practical, like in terms of creating profile in social media, and also go for impression management techniques, posting photograph, posting day-to-day activities, but without understanding the code of conduct in social media. There is not a delineated code of conduct, proper code of conduct of which have been delineated or have been even put in place. But again, it is very, very important to understand the self choice, as I have told you, and the relationship online as well as your engagement is very, very important in order to prevent any kind of untoward incidents. So it's happened because it lacks journalistic protocol. Nobody is going to fraction. There are some kind of guidelines which are there, which we often don't follow also. And even if we follow, you see, sometimes we follow also, but it is all in the prerogatives of social networking site. Because I have also seen there are many content at times they said that this content are not valid because page is not even made visible after a few days. They said that this doesn't go with the policy and all, but this doesn't involve any kind of unparliamentary words or languages or anything. So I shared something um, which I found interesting, or which I found that it will have some educative value. But after a few days, you see that that content has also been completely erased from the site. So they do also have do not a proper policy. They do not have a mechanism to classify the content. Okay, they actually go by corporatist idea and mindset. Okay, so there is also wall garden everywhere, so every day. Okay, and it is run on algorithm anyhow. Okay, that is one thing altogether. Okay, so this is basically what is important for you. So when you talk about this new media literacy, new media literacy, so it involves basically information literacy, then it will involve privacy literacy. I'll come to privacy literacy now. Privacy literacy, computer literacy. This is very simple and basic literacy. Okay, basic form of literacy, computer literacy. Okay, so it is all about how to save a file in the computer, and how to even switch on and switch off this. So that is what is computer literacy, and that is data literacy, which is important. It is also related to information literacy, data literacy. You also have social media literacy, and then we have AI literacy, and then video game literacy, which is important. Video game literacy. Yeah, video game literacy. People also say that if you are literate about video game, it's not about that playing video game. It is all about understanding the context of video game player. Okay, how they are playing, the context of video game, and how those games are even made. So it is more about playing. So even if you know how to play video games, so definitely you are one step ahead. And people, it is also said that who are into playing video game, no, they are more fast, they're faster, but at the same time they also tend to use foul language because mm, their neurons are wired in such a way that they tend to use those foul languages. So that is what that is. So AI literacy, social and human literacy, that is, and then we also have what I have said is news and cinema literacy. So news literacy, I have already dealt with news literacy, so I will not be discussing about it. So, and then we also have cinema literacy. Cinema literacy, that is also important in new media. understanding the cinema, sort, sign, how represented, how human beings are being represented, how situation are being represented, the kind of narrative strategy is very very important to understand in one particular cinema, and how meaning is being conventionalized in that particular cinema is very very important. Okay, apart from the sort, different kind of sort, apart from the structure, okay, the ways the that characters are being treated, okay, yeah, the way heroes and villains are given space, how much space is being given, so everything you need to understand, okay. So these are some of the aspects, and now what, after you attain the literacy, the kind of skill which you are supposed to have are related to this play is one skill, um, simulation, and then you talk about judgment. These are judgment. These are skills. Judgment, simulation, judgment. Actually, literacy. Once you are literate about this, basically you will be like, accustomed to solving any kind of issues. It is also said that is related to play simulations. That is also related to, you see, understanding both virtual and the real world. Okay, and judgment, like make proper judgment in about right and wrong. That is one thing, and also about distributive cognition. Distributive cognition. Distributive cognition is there. Distributive cognition. So you have the ability to collaborate and also have different kind of mental capacity to adjust in different situation. Even so, networking is one cognition. Cognition, distributed cognition, networking. So distributed cognition is in terms of how the human is how collaborate, distribute, how your cognition is being distributed, how well you collaborate. Distributed cognition related to multitasking. Related to, sorry? Multitasking. No, not related to. Multitasking is another one. Multitasking is another skill. It is not related to multitasking. Distributed cognition is related to your effort in collaboration. So that is also related to team spirit even. Okay, that is actually missing. We have a different kind of terminology here in new media. So instead of team spirit, we say distributed cognitions, which is also there. So ability to contribute even. As I have already told you in blog, no, you 12 of you, 10 of you writing an article will definitely make a sense. Okay. 10 of you, 15 of you writing an article make a sense. But for a newspaper, like 10 of you writing an article will not make a sense. Even for writing a paper, there are 5%, 6 people, 6%, 7% writing a journal paper. So definitely all of them are getting equal credit and award writing a paper, online paper, I have seen. So that is called distributed cognitions. So you can adjust that huh? Ability to collaborate, yeah. Simulation is all about understanding this AI, understanding the virtual practices, understanding the the virtuality of the real world. That is what is simulation. Then you talk about this networking. Networking, it is more more and more connectivity is all about this networking. And then multitasking is another one. And apart from multitasking, you also have performance. Okay, performance, enhanced performance is there because you have got this ability to even create. Okay, so I'm going to sum up. So you simply write down it, and you need to do some self study also. Because I'll move to now privacy literacy. Okay, I do not have much time again. Okay, done? When performance is also a skill. Why not? You can perform well, it's a skill, no? So it's a skill, enhanced performance. Okay, now Okay, let me tell you that I'll come back to privacy. Privacy is very, very important. Privacy is one very important dynamics, okay, to understand. So, in the very first class, I have discussed briefly about privacy. So, your understanding of privacy, it is also related to the constitutional parameters, right? So, like privacy is a part of our liberty, right? The right to privacy is a part of like to personal liberty. It's a fundamental right, recognized as a fundamental right in 2017, it was recognized as a fundamental right. Right to privacy was not a fundamental right earlier, so it was a part of right to life and liberty. But now it is recognized as a fundamental right, right to privacy, and that is also enshrined in the constitution in uh, in 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 2017, okay, in 2017. So we actually see that when you talk about the privacy, it encompasses privacy, basically encompasses privacy of the person, privacy of this data, privacy of communication, and privacy of the behavior. Okay, so it involves four aspects. One is privacy of the person, personal privacy. Privacy of the behavior is all about behavioral disposition of this person. Then privacy of data privacy, information privacy, which is again important, the kind of information he shared with others is important. And privacy of communication, the way he communicate, his choice of secluding himself from others or also separating himself from others, and his choice even to take certain decision without interference of others is also a kind of privacy. It is also related to behavioral privacy. Okay, so it actually encompasses four aspects of the privacy. And privacy, the term has been derived from the Latin word called privatus, and privatus means secluded from the rest, right? So as you can see that it is a very important right. And nowadays when we talk about this explosion of consumer technologies and applications, and that demands your users privacy is all the more very, very important, because it is always associated not only with this laws but also your right. Okay, but the thing is that India doesn't have a proper law to guide privacy. We do not have a legal framework which can even protect the privacy of the individual, except the constitutional that provision which has mentioned that privacy is a fundamental right now. But at the same time, we do not have a proper law and legislative framework to protect the privacy. We also do not have a provision of classification of personal information, public information, and sensitive information. Now, you see, when you talk about sensitive information, certain information are termed as sensitive information. So, when you say privacy, privacy of sensitive and personal information are very, very important. But privacy of public information or privacy towards public information is not applicable. Okay, because we also have Right to Information Act. So, right to information hold to hold good to your right to get information which are available in the public domain. Okay, but not information which are available in the private domain or some sensitive information or confidential information. Okay, so you need to know the difference or that division between that privacy and confidentiality. Privacy and confidentiality are two different aspect, two different continuum. When you talk about confidentiality, this actually involve your intention as well as intention to disclose at the same time. And when you talk about this privacy, so privacy, it is more about right and the prerogative. Okay, and confidentiality involved that intention. It is said. It is also two different aspects. It is said. And then we see that when you talk about even e-governance, you see nowadays, yesterday we have discussed about e-governance, right? So e-governance also, makes privacy related issues much more important. When we talk about government to government information, transaction, hello, when you talk about government to government information or even transactions between government to government dealings or various services or that communication, or you say between different government departments, that also involves, you see, importance of like privacy. And when you talk about transaction of services and the goods from government to even to citizen, transaction of like services, transaction of goods from government to citizen, then you see e-government actually require citizen to submit their data and this detailed information, right? And most of the information are very sensitive, and hence when we talk about the e-governance, privacy is very important. Okay, so that if you ensure, if government ensure privacy of citizens' information, then only trust and accountability can be built. Okay, because government at the same time, in order to deliver the service smoothly to the citizen, extract all the personal information from the citizen. Now you see in the name of Aadhaar, that is one example. So Aadhaar, 89% or 90%, like population. Population, name of, like you say, 90% population are already registered through Aadhaar, right? At the same time, around 1.2 billion population are already registered through Aadhaar. Actually, so the number may also change, but all their details, their personal details, their address, their even facial details, right? Their that retina skin, that fingerprint. So these are very sensitive information are already being recorded, and these are kept in a database. So any kind of like hacking or untoward incident can actually bypass the personal information of the civilian. Okay, so that is one very tricky issues. So, and Aadhaar is also one parameter to extend the government surveillance over the masses. So this is related to even mass surveillance. Okay, so when you talk about the mass surveillance, many people support mass surveillance and many people won't even support mass surveillance. Surveillance is related to government, like it is related to control and regulation of, of even the personal life, control and regulation of an environment. When you talk about surveillance as such, when you talk about mass surveillance, that is control and regulations of the life, environment, information, data, and communications of masses. That is what is mass surveillance. But when you talk about the internet surveillance now, are you getting what I mean to say? Internet surveillance, it is different from mass surveillance, because when you talk about internet surveillance, it is all about surveillance or like controlling and regulation of content which are being published in the net. Okay, now you see internet surveillance and privacy are two different things. Okay, when you talk about the right to privacy, you need to have understanding about existing law across the world. In India, we have a personal information bill which was passed in, that was a draft bill passed in 2018. It was not yet an act that tried to create a mass surveillance of the government, but at the same time that also give the prerogatives of the users, or the consumers, we as the consumers, to even like know the purpose of collection of informations, and also request for deleting the information when you submit the information. Now you say we are giving information. What kind of information we are giving? We are giving information related to like our name, our address, our location, right? Our health detail at times we are giving, our facial information we are giving. These are very sensitive information at the same time. Okay, then we are giving information related to our religion, like our caste details. So everything we are giving, and these are also termed as a sensitive information. Our we are giving information related to password also. So through Aadhaar is also a mechanism of mass surveillance. Through Aadhaar, our activities are being tracked. Okay, our activities, the way we are using the services are being tracked by the government. Our activities are being tracked, our uses of services, existing services and goods are being tracked. Okay, so you see this is also a kind of mass surveillance. But there is a bill which was passed, which is not yet an act, which says, personal information bill says that as a consumer, as a user or as a citizen, we can also demand or claim to know the purpose of submitting the informations and why information are being collected from us. Okay, so when you talk about the privacy, privacy encompasses three aspects. One is control. Again, apart from those five aspects to understand the privacy of the person, like privacy of the person, privacy basically, it also involves control, collection, and awareness. Sorry, collection, then control, and awareness.
But this comes under this surveillance.
No, privacy.
Privacy.
Privacy. I'm coming.
For the first, the collection, control, and example protection equally. This is an example set of equally. आपको तो बहुत बोलते हैं व्हाट्सएप जैसे वीडियो वालों ने तो उसको
Yeah.
Different types of privacy. So there are four types you said. Data privacy, communication privacy, behavioral, and what was the other?
Yeah. These are kind of privacy. Now let me tell you. Okay.
No, no, personal.
Yeah.
Personal. Personal privacy is also there.
It is not personal, related to person.
So you said
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
Data, communication, behavior,
And person. In person. Privacy about the person. So apart from them, these are three aspects. Okay, before you discuss about this aspect again, we will talk about another three dimension of privacy. Let me tell you. These are related to, you see, or you say these are three types of privacy. Space related privacy. Why this is not working? Okay. Or space or spatial privacy. Spatial privacy is there, and then we talk about this information privacy.
Information privacy and data privacy are two different things.
There is no data privacy. It is similar. When data protection, we talk about data protection basically, not data privacy. It is similar. When you say information privacy and data protection, it's not similar. It is linked. How it is linked? That I'll say. We also have a data protection. We do not have data protection bill yet, and that's why it is also very difficult to see about protection of this data. And but when you talk about information privacy is very important, and it involves the collection, control, and awareness of information. Okay, so we have those aspects: privacy in person, privacy in behavior, privacy in communication, and privacy in data. Okay, privacy in data. Okay, I have told you, no, privacy in data is related to information, as well as all those aspects are also part of information privacy. In fact, this is a very bigger dimension. We talk about the space and spatial privacy. So our uh, that what our prerogatives or even right not to get bothered by any kind of like telemarketing call is a kind of right and prerogatives. Our prerogatives and right to not to get bothered by any kind of unsolicited calls, unsolicited message is related to, you see, space, spatial privacy. But at the same time, when you talk about these calls, messages, these are also part of data and information, right? So when you talk about privacy, basically, you are talking about information privacy. But earlier, when you talk about privacy, basically we talk about this like camera, the spy camera, like that also scooping and intruding into your private life and record even the private areas, record even this like intimate moment and transmit that message. That is also a part of privacy. That is basically related to privacy in person and behavioral dimension of privacy. Okay, so that is another aspect which has been treated by IT Act. We have Information Technology Act that came in 2000. Okay, so that act has got different provisions to even deal with privacy. Okay, so when you say information privacy, it is related to privacy of information, what to disclose, what not to disclose. And even also it also involves your choice not to get interfered by anyone in terms of sharing distributive information. Okay.
Right to be forgotten comes under information privacy.
Sorry.
Right to be forgotten.
Right, yeah. When you talk about right to be forgotten, that is that, and need to know aspect, that there. Right to be forgotten and need to know aspect, these has different definition, different parameters. I'll discuss about forgotten, right to be forgotten. That is a part of censorship actually. That is called blacklisting censorship, like right to be forgotten. Okay, so means that actually originated from that censorship came in. So that there are two way to censor the content. Okay. So but things will be overlapping, and you also feel that somehow it is confusing, and that's why I'll come to you. Then we talk about this information and spatial privacy. These are very important. Okay, and this is, yeah, this is related to collection, control, and awareness of information. Collection, it involves, you see, um, uh, when you talk about this collection involves the body corporate while collecting this information. So body corporate has also the right to collect the information, but it is also subject to reasonable restriction while collecting this information. Okay. So when you talk about the body corporate, it is basically about the companies, it is basically about all the e-commerce services, and existing offline companies also collect information. Okay, sensitive information. They are authorized to collect sensitive information which are also designed by government as sensitive. So government has to designate it as sensitive or design it as sensitive. Then they are also authorized to collect it, provided they do have a security arrangement ready. Okay, and that is the reasonable restriction. So with having a security arrangement ready to protect that information, they can collect this information. So that collection control, they can also, it is not about their control, it is about individual control to actually know the purpose of information. And awareness is related to perception of individual to towards privacy, perception of individual about privacy opinion, about terms and conditions of different websites, if they read or not. Okay, so it is all about perception towards privacy. Okay, so this is about information privacy. Now when you talk about right to be forgotten, or there is also another aspect, that is a need to know. Need to know basis. Need to know is also part of control aspect of this user, or awareness aspect of the user. This is basically a suggestion in terms of in terms of creating a privacy regime in India. Huh. So, and when you talk about right to forgotten, where have you found that?
In the newspaper articles.
In what context?
Context privacy.
When you talk about the right to be forgotten, so it is actually not a right. Let me tell you, right to be forgotten. There is also one thing, or forbidden is there. Forbidden or forgotten?
Both are there, forbidden and forgotten.
Uh, Forbidden, that is there. There is a concept of censorship, which is there, which is also availed in India and most of the other countries. That anything which is not forbidden is permitted. So if something is not forbidden, it is permitted. If some content is not forbidden, is permitted. Okay, if that website is not forbidden, it is permitted. If some pornography is not forbidden, it is permitted. It is said like that way. And India has that kind of regime. There are also certain regimes. Okay, if that is what is inherent, if something is permitted, if something is not permitted, okay, is forbidden. Myanmar and all. If something is not forbidden, sorry, permitted, is forbidden. Look at this. So that is the difference. And when you talk about right to forgotten and right to forbidden, is also, that is a different right to forget, right to. It is actually, right to forget is not a kind of right. When you talk about the privacy, yeah, that forbidden concept come from that backlisting content. In terms of censorship, we how we react to this censorship, right? I mean, suppose the government has already come up with some of the approach in order to create censorship of some content. See, there are hate speeches available. Okay, so we have also a law that there are, like, that will actually prevent and even punish all those who are engaged in making, child engaging, uh, sex, yeah, that is also sexually explicit content or child pornography. That aspect is there. Okay, so that is there in this. So only that child component is there. Okay, so but again we have X rated all this type. So hence, people are like, okay, this is not forbidden and hence permitted, taken. It is like a taken for granted attitude, right? It is there in India because that is called blacklisting. Blacklisting. Certain site are blacklisted. We say blacklisted site, but still you go and visit that site.
And these are done by
This is
IT.
this is related to actually censorship policy. Okay, from where we get to see that for forbidden, I mean,
Well,
that concept
this
come.
after 118 Chinese apps were this one was
Yeah.
banned after the Galwan flash in India. Like,
Yeah, that is also there. That is a kind of censorship. That is government surveillance and censorship. When you talk about the censorship, it's all about control and regulation of the content, information, and technology and platform. Okay, content, information, message, technology, and platform, which is regulated by the government, regulated by, like, basically regulated by the government, and that is called censorship and surveillance, and that too for the benefit and larger interest of the society. Okay, so there is also a cause involved, and also there are some of the you see grounds of like censorship which are always claimed by the government, is that it is related to the safety and security of the nation. Anything that is detrimental to safety security of the nation is not supposed to be published or transmitted, and anything which will actually damage the reputation with the friendly countries is not supposed to be published. Anything which will actually incite the like you know that incite violence or incite communalism and all is not supposed to be published. Anything which goes against the public order of the society, which will also endanger the social order, is not supposed to be published. So these are some of the parameters based on which government usually go for censorship. Okay, so there are certain parameters of censorship. So mass surveillance is also there. Now we talk about the net. As I already told you, net internet is a digital common, right? Digital common is that digital common in the sense is that we have content and the message which are being created by us. Infrastructures are also there which are also like physical various physical infrastructures, this network cable, which are also brought by us, and also different HAP section of the society. They do have a control, but that logic layer which involves the protocol is not under the control of anyone, right? When we talk about internet protocol, TCP/IP, various kind of services are not under the control of anyone. Hence, we also say that net is a digital common. Although we own the message, we own the content, we own the physical infrastructure, right? We own content, we own possess the logic layer, that is the protocol. And none of the ISP, internet service providers, blog service providers, even the private companies, even the corporate body corporates can even claim to own the logic layer, and that is the protocol. And hence net is a digital commons. Even none of the government across the world can even claim to own and possess the logic layer, that this protocol. Okay, so they can even own the content, message, and physical infrastructure based on their affordance. Okay, Hence, we can also see that when you talk about the censorship, there are also circumvention technique. Censorship is there basically on the part of government. So any government, any corporate will always try to censor content and create a kind of favored situation for themselves, okay, so that they can rule. Huh. Government censorship is based on certain, like, realistic ground. So these are the region because of which government can extend censorship of certain content, message, and tools and technologies. Government can also resort to some of the approaches in order to, in order to extend censorship. Like there are, as I have already told you, there are legal approaches like backlisting and the whitelisting. These are legal approaches to go for censorship. We have a blacklisting approaches. As I have told you, anything that is not forbidden is permitted, which is prevailed in countries like India, Australia. Okay, and we have whitelisting approach in Myanmar, in even other Indonesia, and even in Saudi Arabia. That whitelisting concept is there. Anything which is not permitted is forbidden. So the population out there need to take government permission even to buy a modem. But here we don't need to take government permission to buy modem or connection, right? But they need to take the permission. So anything that is not permitted is forbidden. No, so that is the whitelisting category. So every time they need to purchase any kind of online equipment, like, online, like resources, even softwares, even, like, CDs, DVDs, cassette, they need to take government permission. And there are also like 800 international sites which are like banned out there, and if you local sites which are also like listed, that is what whitelisted. That means cannot have access from the citizen of those countries and user of those countries. But here in India, we actually have a blacklisting provision of certain site. These are blacklisted. Okay, and hence, even if it is blacklisted, again, through even mirroring technology, through anonymizing technology, what our people can get access to the site and access to the content, right? That's what they do, because certain sites are blacklisted, content are being banned. But again, through the mirroring technique, this is a circumvention technology again. So through proxy server, they can get access to the content, because we do not have a whitelisting regime. We have a blacklisting regime. Are you getting that concept? And that is what right to forget. So that's why we see that we yesterday, while discussing about online activism, I have already mentioned about that what hacktivism, hacktivism is trolling, hacktivism, okay, clicktivism. These are some of the uh, tools even to carry out online protest. There are also tools like mirroring and anonymizing. Mirroring also a tool to carry out even online activism. And this is a circumvention tool to prevent censorship even. Mirroring site. So government, can also create a ban on one particular site. Government can ban a site, block a site, then uh, a similar kind of site may be created and put in the server. So that is also known as mirroring site, and content can also be accessed by the user. Okay, even if government has blacklisted that site, banned that particular site, blocked that site. Okay, so that is the kind of circumvention technology which is there. So we get to see. So that legality is again questionable. So it's not legal; it's illegal at the same time. So then we talk about then anonymizing site. Through anonymizing site, we get to see that even user can visit websites, visit even web pages, which can have harmful content or may not have harmful content, but without leaving a digital trail. Normally, what happens whenever you go for searching content through Google, we actually leave a digital trail, right? Digital trail is being left. So we need to go to again history section. You need to delete all the browser history. Then only certain, certain search queries will be deleted. But anyhow, it is already been recorded by the server. So what kind of content and information you are looking for is already tracked out. but there are some anonymizing site. So if you visit it, put like such content, so it will not give any kind of leave any kind of digital any kind of trail of information from your part. So your IP address cannot even be tracked. So that is also kind of circumvention mechanism. So it is used by all those hackers, used by even the terrorists, and who are supposed to get commit any crime. Okay, so these are also part of cybercrime. When you talk about hacking is a cybercrime, right? Mirroring is a cybercrime, and also you talk about anonymizing, that is also cybercrime. So these are again circumvention technology of censorship. So government has censored, and you see they have already like not loopholes. They yeah sanction. They have circumvented. There are also people circumvented through this method. Okay, so you understood this? Then we also see that if you look at this IT Act, look at this IT Act. So we have this IT Act that passed in 2000. Here, some of the dimension of IT Act in terms of surveillance is very very important. If you look at the 66 C, 66D, IT Act 47, 47, 47A, I guess, 43A. So 67B. Okay. Now you see, these are some of the section of IT Act. So will deal with actually the cyber crime. Okay, so when you talk about the 67B, 67B is again I have discussed about it's child pornography. Anyone who is provoking child to engage in sexually explicit, showing any sexually explicit behavior or producing content, and also again publish transmit it, is also liable to get the punishment of five, not more than 5 years, and as well as fine. So that is what is there. So that has prevented child pornography. 66E is electronic voyeurism. Electronic voyeurism is a concept relating to this consumer explosion of that camera, that mini camera, very small size camera, miniature camera, which can be used to even record the that is a private intimate relationship of the person and all this. Now it is available. That is called electronic voyeurism. The voyeurism concept is voyeurism is also there. So that is being dealt by 66E. That section has been dealt. Okay, that is also electronic voyeurism. Okay, so voyeuristic electronic voyeurism is there, that is dealt by 66E. Okay, then 66C and D is related to phishing or identity theft. So phishing, impersonating, and website when impersonating itself as some other institutions or some other organization or someone else, and also try to steal information and try to steal this personal information, sensitive information from you is related to phishing. Huh?
Bank fraud come under fitting.
Sorry?
Bank fraud.
Bank fraud, yeah, yeah, come under phishing. Bank fraud is also there. There are some cases also here. There are numerous cases, and there are also
66 is what did you say?
66C and D. One is 66C is related to dishonest and fraudulent activity. Dishonest and fraudulent activity ground. So related to phishing and identity theft. So it is 66 electronic voyeurism, as I've already snooping this private voyeurism.
I mean this
Yeah.
this recording in pairs, then MMS circulation, all these,
MMS
right?
circulation
This
also
all
comes under this electronic mechanism. So anything that included your
what comes under 66D?
66D comes under sitting by impersonation, vigilance and vigilant activity, vigilant activity, and this is basically related to sitting by impersonation. Cheating by impersonation, it is related to phishing or identity. Cheating by impersonation. These two are related to phishing attack. Phishing attack is possible nowadays, even when you talk about this Aadhaar, So information databases have been created, your information have been stored. So any site can also claim to be a government site and can also target phishing attack, and identity, your information can also be like stolen, right? All sensitive information of yours can be stolen. So that will be regarded as a cheating by impersonation. Okay, so this is what has been covered under 66D. Okay, what is happening? Okay, then 43A is related to body corporate protection of data. Data protection, we do which is very important aspect of privacy. We do not have a data protection bill. Okay, in USA they do have data protection regime, but we do not have data protection bill. But it actually it has associated the role of body corporate. Okay, what happened?
He's saying that data protection bill hasn't passed yet.
That personal data protection, yeah, bill was that was not passed yet. It was not a law. That was a draft bill yet. Okay, uh, that was passed. That was passed, but it was not yet an act. It was passed in 2018. But yet to get the majority vote support to become an act. Okay, so that is one thing. So 43A, 43A deal with, you see A, B, that section you need to define. It is dealing with this body corporate. Okay, body corporate and their way of billing and handling and processing the content. Okay, so this is very important, and accordingly, we also have this a mechanism which is put in place. Yeah, and that mechanism is, let me tell you, that mechanism is a computer emergency response team, India, CERT-in. Okay, you know about CERT-in?
This is under IT.
Huh?
This is under IT.
Huh?
Under IT.
Not under ITI. This is a body basically.
Basically surveillance.
Huh? This is related to censorship and surveillance.
Is it under CVC?
No, oh, this is a body. This is not a body corporate. This is an apex body, that is a computer emergency response team in India, which can um, can censure content, which is authorized to censor content, block websites. Okay, so there are also certain agencies and the ministries like CBI, then there's Home Ministry, right? Home Department of Central Government as well as State Government, then CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation, then Police Inspector level at Police Department. Then also you see this National Human Rights Commission, Chairperson of National Human Rights Commission, who are authorized to even ask for any kind of interception as well as block content in the website, okay, or block website itself. So this is also a body under the Department of Information and Technology, the Ministry of Communication and Information earlier, that came in order to create a mass surveillance as well as censure the content on net. So that is the mechanism. So 43 is related to body corporate and the way of handling this data. Okay, so there are certain clause for them in order to handling this data. If they can arrange the security mechanism at place, then they can collect the information, and provided they also provide the or tell the purpose, let the user enumerate the, even purpose of collecting this data. At the same time, also they have equal obligation to let the user delete the data if user want to delete their data. Okay, so all these whatever we have discussed in terms of data are again related to advertising. You see, so things are pretty connected here in online. It is all wired. Whatever we are discussing, it's all wired. So we talk about this new media literacy, privacy literacy is a part of it. Along with privacy, we talk about censorship. Right. When you talk about privacy again, it is very, very important. And one of my students has carried out like that privacy and information surveillance, a research, very good research, a first of its kind of research. And he has also carried a survey. And during this COVID period, he carried a survey and found that people, even like students, are uh, uh, not that tenacious related to privacy. They don't even feel to compromise their privacy at the expense of using an applications, digital applications, or any kind of digital service. So this is all about their consumeristic intent, which has added value to their life, and they don't even go for reading the terms and conditions of the privacy. So they do have less perception of this privacy, less awareness about this privacy. Okay, so he's found that, and most of the students don't even read the terms and condition of privacy while using the services, using the applications. And there are also certain service like MIUI, Aadhaar, My Geo Community. They use a location service and microphone service. They ask user whether user will allow them to use the location or microphone services. And without even thinking twice, we give them access to take our location service as well as location detail as well as our even that personal information. When you talk about this, when you give access to microphone, that will also take our personal information. What you actually say utter in a microphone, that will take personal information. Okay, so there are different technology nowadays which will extract this information. All this, like assistant, Google Assistant, Siri is one technology. Cloud storage is there. Okay, they will extract this personal information. Location based services will extract our personal information at the same time. That voice recognition system will extract our personal information. So it is related to privacy. It has actually taken our privacy, our private information. So when you talk about information privacy, it's a very bigger concept. It involves like use of it involves the role of various applications in terms of snooping and taking the private information of individuals. And most of the time, we are also giving them access to our privacy. And we do not have any understanding about the law, and we cannot even perceive that this should be done in terms of data collection, data storage, and data accessibility. So it's very, very important to perceive the importance of privacy nowadays in the in the age of digital explosion or explosion of consumerist technologies. Okay, so that is one thing which is very, very important. Uh, and also there is unauthorized internal use of information and unauthorized external use of information, which is important. So once information is collected by body corporate, they can also use that information internally, okay, for their own purpose, for their own profit, and they can also share the information to any third party. Okay, so that is another way of uh, dealing with this information. Huh. So when you talk about this kind of privacy and surveillance, when you say surveillance is a term, as I have already discussed about it. So for which we can also look at how China has been exercising surveillance, because we often get motivated by China. And we talk about this, we talk about nowadays those recruiters online. We call, what do they call? Hmm. He's also motivated by Chinese practice China has like there's a policy. They recruited that cartoon character online. That cartoon character will be visible across all the websites. Okay, which are being permitted across the land. So that will be visible across the website, and a user, if want to look for any kind of informations which has has the, you see, that inconsistency with some of the clauses that relate to national security and the defense, then that character will lead to internet police. That police will intimidate that particular user against not to commit any kind of crime. And the Chinese government also claimed that in that way they have decreased the number of cases harassment and even online harassment. So that is an internet police and cartoon character which is visible. It's like an animation character visible across the all the website. They will actually try to find out what user is visiting, scrolling, and taking out, what kind of information is being taken out by the user. Okay, and also there are some public opinion guide which are also being recruited. They will help user to even publish politically correct content online. Okay, so that is also another surveillance policy of China. And regarding this internet, they do have different kind of surveillance mechanism, because they have seen that information can be accessed through mobile phone, through personal computers, as well as through internet cafe. So it is easier to even track that information through mobile phone and personal computer, but very difficult to track the person and this information if they visit internet cafe. So they do have a policy, and that policy said that uh, all the internet cafes in one particular locality is supposed to be registered under the local government of that particular locality. Okay, in that way, they have a first layer of surveillance. First layer of surveillance, that all the cafes are to be recorded under this local government governance record, and then or list. And if they won't get themselves recorded, so definitely their license will be revoked. Second is that once internet cafe is being established, they need to and gets recorded itself with that local government's list. They also need to get the detail of name, information, search queries, and also telephone numbers and IP address. They need to submit detail of everything from the users. Okay, so they need to keep the detail of this name, detail of the IP address that particular user is using, detail of this telephone number, and detail of the addresses, detail of the site which are being visited by the users, and that to be kept for 60 days. Okay, so that is another that is aspect of surveillance, you see. So we are also being motivated, Indian government is motivated to create a kind of blanket surveillance like that way. And also you see various block service providers, internet service providers, most of the time they are also guided by this government to even to trigger some content, to say or even identify some content as malicious, offensive, all of a sudden, and also shut down any web pages, as well as remove some of the content without any valid ground. So that kind of practice is there, so which is already being carried out in China. Green sealed software is known by everyone. Green seal software, green seal China. That is also, not green. That is not green. Great seal software. Sorry, great seal software. There is another green. I forgot. There is another software that is a great seal. One is great seal software, which is being used by China, purchased by China, in order to ensure pre-censorship. So before even purchasing the computer, so that not great seal, great sealed, SHIELD. NetSuite software is there. So this is to be incorporated or installed in a computer before, like that computer is being purchased by the
So by default आगे
by default. So that was also, yeah, yeah. In order to, you see, in order to prevent censure, like in order to even censure some of the content. Okay, so that is another mechanism China has already put in place. So in India, we have been using first legal approaches are there, legal approach to censorship, okay, like blacklisting, whitelisting. Then technological approach to censorship is there. So we are also using filter to block the content, to even like block the site. Okay, remove the content and the site. And there is also practical approach to censorship. Practical approach to censorship is basically related to like pegging the cost of access more and more, so that average people can even access to a technology, can even access to any kind of like site or even any kind of content. Okay, that is a practical measure which was there earlier. Now, like affordability has actually come across, so practical approach is not that you say I say it is not applicable in the sense it is in not in vogue now.
Yet still now they use these green sheets of care. I mean, like
It is used. Gray. There is also green dumb software. You need to check and find out that is a green dumb, or there are two software they are using. We are not using any software now. China has been using, invested a lot of money to buy the software and also ensure pre-censorship of content, so that they cannot even visit certain site. They cannot even visit certain content. So algorithm has been arranged in such a way in the software that software will prevent visiting certain sites. Okay, so it's fine. Green that also that.
Ma'am, I heard in South Korea, North Korea, they can't even watch porn or any other content.
Yeah, that is whitelisted.
Whitelisted.
Whitelisted, not Korea. In South Korea, I really don't know because
South
the
Korea
films are
doesn't have,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now North Korea is like
So
Saudi
every
Arabia, in Saudi Arabia, you get to see whitelisted. Myanmar, whitelisted. Anything that is not permitted. So they do have. So it is not permitted here also, but yes, it's a blacklisted content. No, so yeah, people don't think that it is like. So that is one thing, and okay, it's fine about surveillance and all. You can write, and also there is a wall garden concept. Wall garden concept, which is also there, but dividing the net into a favored zone as well as disadvantage zone. So those who are corporates or media conglomerates, okay, they actually resort to that wall garden concept. They pay more to ISPs, internet service providers, to even give them more that bandwidth, and at the same time making access to their website easier for the users, and access to some of the like even alternative website like difficult for the users, and that is a kind of favored like and disadvantage divide is there. Favored garden and at the same time disadvantage garden, that's a wall garden concept is also there, very very important. Okay,
which
it
concept?
is wall garden, it is related to wall garden. Wall garden. Okay, then okay, this is one. And then again what I tell you, one more thing, so I'll continue uh, because anyhow this is supposed to be the last class, right? So I need to pick up my children also, but again I'll take this. Okay, you can leave if you want to know, if you wish to. So okay, if you have gone through the recorded video lectures that Manisha asked me, I guess. So you have asked me about the syllabus for exam. So I have already discussed the syllabus. Yeah. Okay. So the thing is that I have already discussed about the syllabus for the exam, and some of the recorded video lectures are posted in the group. Okay, so it's a PPT. PPTs recorded lectures are there, no? So you go through that. Those are definitely, you see, I don't feel at ease reading PPTs and all. So, but definitely you'll get some content if you like, listen to it properly. So you will listen to it and write down. So your purpose will serve. Okay. But what is there? So what is important regarding surveillance? Also, as I've already told you, that there are different marketing techniques and also advertising technique, so which are very very important nowadays. Okay, first we have discussed about media literacy and the skills. Second, we have discussed about the privacy and surveillance. Now we are going to discuss about online advertising, marketing, and also about, you see, about subscription model. Subscription models. Okay, so this is also one way to create a wall. A wall is also there, to restrict the subscription of certain content, and also create a favored or disadvantage zone. It is related to it, and also create an excess conduit. We call about creating an excess conduit for those who can afford and those who cannot afford. So when you talk about online subscription model, first I'll go to subscription model, and then we'll come to advertising. And I'm not going to go that detail. I don't have much time. When you talk about subscription model, I've discussed about some of the subscription model, and those subscription models are provided by Friedman. Friedman have Friedman has discussed about subscription model. One is Albu, Quercui. Friedman. Okay. Friedman, Freidman. So Friedman has discussed about subscription model. First one is Albu, Quercui. Albuquerque is one. Second one is, as you can see, Albuquerque is one. Second one is, you see, business 2.0. Have you read? Third one is Winnipeg, Winnipeg model. Fourth one is Borel Premium, Borel Premium model. And fifth one is, I'm telling you, and Times of London model. So now you see, in today's world, it's very, very important even for any online business to survive, and they need to go for, yeah, they need to go for Times of London. This comes under subscription model. Okay, so now we are going to this. I'm not going to write now because I don't have much time. Okay, I need to leave now. So that is, and it's already 12:30. So subscription model. Okay, when you talk about the subscription model, these are some of the models. See, online new business model have been, every day new business model have been, like, coming out, right? New business model have also revamped, in order to, increase revenue, or in order to market product and even, like, goods and services. And these are the subscription model which is applicable to newspaper. Okay, let me tell you, these are the subscription model which are being prescribed by Friedman, which are applicable to newspaper. Okay, so Albuquerque model says that, like, some of the content, like sports content, feature content, okay, sports feature content are not available. Let me tell you, sports and feature. I have already provided this material. Online video lectures are there. No, no. That means if you want to access those content, no, if you want to any sports related content, if you want to any futuristic content, if you want to any opinion or a column, yeah, you go. Then it is very very important to what? It is very, very important to even subscribe. You need to pay for that content. Okay, you understood? That is what is albuquerque. This is one name of the model. Okay, through which you can access the content. So it is very, very difficult for the users even to access the content. It is very, very difficult. We cannot access all the content. So you see, online is also a mechanism for even earning the revenue. Okay, so it is also a mechanism for the newspaper through which they can earn revenue. So by putting those subscription model in place, many newspapers are earning revenue. So when you talk about this model, this is Albuquerque is a model that actually plays certain, like, content as premium content, like sports content, feature content, column content as premium, and reader need to pay subscription fees or make a payment in order to read those content. But in order to read classified information, like classified ad, not information, classified ad, display ad, even obituary, you don't need to pay. Those informations are there. So this model is basically limiting the sports information, feature information, column information. But they do not have a category of information, front page, middle page, like that way. With Business 2.0, Business 2.0 is different from Albuquerque model, and Albuquerque model also said that you need to pay separately for both online and print version. If you want to, this is basically a model. This is not about one particular newspaper. This model said that if a reader wants to subscribe content online, they need to pay, but on the basis of online payment, they cannot even get a print edition of it. They will have to pay the, like, subscription for print separately. Okay, but according to Business 2.0, this is separate model. It said that if you are paying online, no, you will definitely get a print subscription free. Okay, so if you are paying for online, you will get a print access free
For this VD.
for Business 2.0. Yeah.
Okay, so for business 2.0, if you pay online, you get both online and
Yeah.
print.
Ah.
And for advertising only,
Only.
alag payment.
There is alag payment. Okay. So you also see, and there are also some front page, like you said, front page promos. Here you see front page promos. If you want to read any front page content, front page promos. Oh no, front page promos are accessible to you. But if you move to second page, no, or third page, then you need to pay. So this is what is Business 2.0. And Winnipeg at the same time, Winnipeg is also similar to Business 2.0.
What is that?
It is Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg is similar to Business 2.0. So certain content that is a that is also related to, like, online, and you need to find out it is already there in that content. So Business 2.0 and Winnipeg are similar, more or less similar. And I think yeah. No, Borrell Premium model is another premium content are available. This is what is related to New York, and Business Winnipeg model and Business 2.0 model has been followed and replicated by India Today. Okay, India Today is a newspaper. No, they have followed a benchmark which comes in between Business 2.0 and Winnipeg. Okay, so it is very, very important. So that model is being followed in order to generate online revenue. So subscription model is basically to generate online revenue by the newspaper. Apart from advertising, they also, like, go for putting some interstitials in direct marketing. They go for optimal SEO, like search engine optimization. They go for viral marketing, even guerrilla marketing. So these are different advertising techniques through which even can newspaper what they can extend their business, they can earn revenue. So these are also some of the models through which they can earn revenue and, like, pay charge from the readers. Borrowed premium, some premium content. they will they will decide some of the content as a premium content.
Like Indian Express.
In the Indian Express, that is also another premium content. Premium content is there. There is a book, if it is available in this, that is fine. I forgot the name of the author, but there is a book which is there because I actually got this content from that book. But if it is still there online, definitely I can share with you. But I do not have that whole book with me now. That it is this content were available online. So that is one. Borel Premium. Borel Premium is being followed by Indian. That is Indian Express. And Takis of London again. It is also it is a different kind of model altogether. It will pay. It will charge for payment if it is not. It is outside. Search for payment from the readers who are not within that circulation areas. Basically, readers from abroad are supposed to make the payment and all. So that is also another model. So very briefly, I have told you. And the thing is that why I'm telling you it is instead of text is that. So you already have some of the content. So just to make it repetitive, so that I have also, like as I have told you, that I have been discussing whatever has come in the exams, and I'm not relying solely on those online lectures and recorded lectures or PPT lectures. So in the PPT lectures, you will get to find everything. Then you see online advertising marketing skills are there. Like sorry, marketing tools are there. One is Optimail. Optimail. When you talk about Optimail, no, Optimail is that also request the users to even to request the user to no ask for information about a product and service. Huh. And also request them to fill a form where they will put no they will put all their details. Not about feedback. Optimails is, it is a kind of, that is the opt means request email. So it is also a kind of online mechanism through which you see in email users, like email users, or even that like users, readers, or even consumers are asked to receive any kind of email or information about product and services from an online store. Okay, from e-marketing, like that in e-commerce store, and also ask them to fill a form, online form, where they put the details of their personal information. So this is also related to like body corporate surveillance, where this detail of personal information of individual can also be sold to third parties. Okay, so that is one advertising. Optimal is advertising. So as a e-commerce site, you can also send a mail and about the product and services, and even ask them if the user or consumer want detail about the product and services. If they say yes, then you provide them a link that you fill up this form, put the details. So accordingly, every day, each day, you will get information about the product. Okay, so that is what is optimal. Huh. So optimal is there. Mm. Then you see, you also have direct marketing. Direct marketing. Direct marketing, which is there. Direct marketing is like a no door to the marketing only, but in online it is equivalent to email. Email marketing. We also have guerrilla marketing, spreading a word through like through creating a buzz and spreading word through word of mouth, through blog even. So you visited, so you visited a place, okay, you're writing about the place at the same time. You are also writing about that the kind the shoes that you have wear, uh, and or about the bike that on which you took a ride. Okay, so that might be another way to spread word of mouth through blog. Okay, that is equivalent to guerrilla marketing. So then guerrilla marketing, after guerrilla marketing, we also have this called search engine optimization, SEO. Search engine optimization, the way you optimize your site. So as a news, like whatever, as a newspaper owner or even as a site owner, so you can optimize your site in search engine. So search engine in Google, in like in MSN, so they do have the crawler, and there is index as well as there is also ranking features. So it is very very important to use the right keyword and meta tag in order to get a high ranking in the search engine. So optimization is also a kind of process, so where you need to submit the details of the site. Okay, so and details of what is there in the website will be crawled by software. So there is also a spider. Is there? Spider will basically crawl whatever information is being updated by you in that website. They will crawl through it, and they will also take the updated informations, and accordingly they will update this information in the databases or index. So your site will already be indexed in the databases, and that will also be indexed. And then on the basis of updated information, you will get a ranking in the site. So regularly, if you update your information, if we know how to arrange the keyword in that site, if you know how to create a linking mechanism or that architectures, if you know how to create a keyword or meta tag, okay, sorry, meta tag describe the tag, describe the keyword even, then definitely your website will get a high ranking. So this is another way of advertising your website or even online advertising. Right, then these are viral marketing is equivalent to email also. That is what is viral marketing. So these are some of the marketing. Then another thing is affiliate program, which is very, very important. So you go through that like website. I have not like more about uh, I haven't given everything from that site, but I'm trying to highlight which are important now. Okay, so that you cannot say that only this online video lectures are being given and not discussed. Because many a time I have also seen you don't even bother to attend the class. You rely on the video lectures. Okay, so I have an approach which is comfortable for all the category of students. So I have categorized you, and my approach is also try to create that compatibility with all section of you. Okay, so here when you talk about the affiliate programs now, again we talk about this affiliate programs. So these are subscription. This is the fourth topic I'm dealing with. See, so affiliate program, which are very very important to understand about affiliate. I have been telling you to go through the lectures, come up with conclusion. So that is my way. I have posted it long back, month back. I have posted it. I want you to go through the lectures and come up with confusion in class, so that that confusion can be addressed. If you won't read, how will you understand? You tell me, how will you understand? Yeah, this class is for understanding. So are you saying that I'm not taking class? What do you mean by that? So that is the thing. No? So first you see, I have been posting this. This is my class rate. This is online. This is not online. This is a class lecture. No, I'll be posting it. So it shows that I have been taking class. I have. हाँ? कौन बोलता है? कौन बोलता है?
हमारे रूम में
नहीं,
सीरियस प्रॉब्लम आई
okay, okay. अभी ये affiliate program. Okay. Affiliate program is there. When you talk about the affiliate, so okay. So we talk about Jeff Bezos. Have you heard about Jeff Bezos?
Yes.
Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon. Right. Jeff Bezos first, uh, actually originated the term affiliate, right? In 1996. Jeff Bezos originated in 1996. Okay, that affiliate in order to attract some of the um, affiliate to even join and have a co-branding and co-serving in marketing products and also uh, in business. When I talk about this affiliate program now, it has involved three aspect. One is market site, one is customer, market site, and affiliate site. Okay, in any kind of affiliate program itself is an online advertising tool through which, like merchant site selling the product of the affiliate site and pay a commission to the affiliate site. Okay, market site uh, will sell the product of the affiliate and pay a commission to the affiliate site. In that way, they will actually go for co-branding of the co-branding of the product and uh, that cooperative or sharing, cooperative marketing, or cooperate in marketing and sharing. Okay, so here when you talk about this affiliate program, so affiliate program is basically involved this three units. That customer is there, merchant side, who is going to sell the product, and affiliate side, who are being targeted or attracted by this market site to even invite and come and share a link. Okay, so affiliate program sites are there. So there are some affiliate networks through which that interaction between market and affiliates can also be created. There are some affiliate networks, like you have that commission junction, huh? That uh, link share again, commission junction is one, be free is one, commission junction, these are affiliate network. So it will also help to have a smooth interaction between market and affiliate side. So help to even create and recruit affiliate, help to even post a link by the affiliate into the market site. And also it arrange all the payment and all, it look into this agreement. Okay, agreement between the market and the affiliate. And also this affiliate network look into the payment arrangement between the market and affiliate. So
Then it's like
basically,
endorsing products, like
it is not endorsing product, but at the same time, when you talk about this affiliate network, they are like a middleman between the merchant and affiliate
customer.
site. Okay, there are network affiliate network like a commission channel. हाँ, like अभी ये है merchant site, ये है affiliate site, तुम हो affiliate network. If he is trying to, like, sell a product, and product from your store, and product which is actually launched by you, and say that you put a link of your product in our website, and we will pay a commission to you based on the traffic come from your website. But that arrangement will be made by you. Okay, so it is like that. So you are the affiliate network. You will make the arrangement of linking the product from the affiliate site in the merchant site. Create a link of the affiliate product, a product, service, cloth, anything, huh, in that. And also payment, make the payment arrangement. So also give the merchant site provision to go through the traffic, review the traffic, how much traffic is being generated by the affiliate site. Okay, traffic is being generated because link is being created. Once link is being created, you will create that, click on that link, and traffic will also be generated, right? So how market site will come to learn that traffic is being generated? There has to be a mechanism. No, they'll approach you, affiliate network, and affiliate network will facilitate to review the traffic which is being generated. Based on the traffic, merchant site will pay a commission to the affiliate site. You have your link has generated more click. I'm going to give you this much amount. Your link has going to give a sales lead. I'm going to give you this much amount of money or commission. Okay, this money and arrangement, payment arrangement, and this posting of link, everything is arranged by this affiliate network. That is commission junk, brief. These are some of the link share. These are some of the affiliate network. You can become an affiliate. Like there are hundreds of affiliate, thousand, how many, like 5 lakhs affiliate that Amazon is now hosting, right? So 5 lakhs affiliate. Amazon is a merchant site, not an affiliate site. Amazon is a merchant site and it is hosting this affiliate. It is attracting this affiliate. Okay, there are 5 lakhs affiliate through which you see it also generates the profit, and those affiliate provide that pass the traffic. Pass the traffic by creating a link on that Amazon website about the product. And link creation has also different variety, like through creating a storefront you can create a link, a text link can be given, a graphic link can be given, co-branding can be given. So there are different mechanisms through which a product is being, product detail is being provided, product description is being provided, and product is being also, like, sold. Okay, so you are getting it. So when you talk about becoming an affiliate, you can be an affiliate of another merchant site. For that also, you need to approach an affiliate network. It will give you a form to fill up. You need to fill up this information about the business detail, URL, everything about the website, and about the product that you are selling, about the goods you are selling, services you are selling. If that network find, affiliate network find that, okay, your product, business, and service has that substantive amount of sellability, and through a merchant website it will be approved, and again you can put up a sales lead in the merchant website. So there, when you talk about pay per click, pay per sales, right? So these are some of the methods through which commission is being decided. Okay, there is a cost per sales lead is being created. Suppose one link is included, that link can be text link. Hundreds, thousands, and lakhs of affiliate sites are already providing the link of the product in the web, that Amazon site, right? Merchant site. Now you see, link is being created. So many links have been created, right? So many links created. Like each link, you click on the link. You may click on the link on the that is actually that affiliate site. Once you click on the link, affiliate site will get a commission. Click on the link, okay. But if you click on the link and if it will let you to give any kind of, like, ask you to give any kind of information which will be also, like, termed as a sales lead, that will be converted as a pay per sale or cost per sale, like that way. So that will be determined by the network, that payment arrangement will be determined by this affiliate network. Okay, and merchant site can review the traffic which is generated by cost per click, cost per sale, cost per lead. Okay, are you getting? Huh? Huh? Not getting? So what you have got so far? So it is all about affiliate. Affiliate marketing, it involves three program basically. Merchant site, customer, you may be the customer. Okay, one may be the merchant site, another one will be the affiliate site. Amazon.com is the merchant site. Now it will attract the affiliate to even, like, post a link on their site. Okay, link of their products, services, good on their site. And now it has also attracted more than, like, 5 lakhs and 6 lakhs, you see, that affiliate to post a link on the site. Once they post a link on the site, now you see traffic will be generated. So definitely they will post a link on their site, but traffic will be generated. Traffic will be generated. So ultimately Amazon will also be benefit. A commission of Amazon will be given to the market website as they have generated a link. So everybody knows about Amazon. Nobody knows about a local, like, vendor. If they want to become an affiliate, so they will approach an affiliate network and then also get a space in the Amazon.com, because nobody will be knowing them, but everybody will definitely go for Amazon. They will look for, like, product, services, anything, right? So each time I will say I will buy one, I will purchase one product, will also be benefiting the affiliate. So they will be getting the getting the benefit, getting the commission. Okay,
Social
now
media sites could be affiliated
yeah,
with advertising products.
yeah, like that could also be affiliate. They can advertise with. They could be affiliate because you get to see all the link. That is a text link, graphic links are there, image link. That is called co-branding. That is called co-branding. Social media site, you can get a link to affiliate. No, that is called co-branding. Both network, social media network as well as affiliate are co-branding this particular product. So this is a way of linking. So that link can be generated through text, through pictures, through graphics, through even co-branding, through storefront. Suppose there is also another big affiliate business. They have hundreds of products which are to be sold through Amazon. Okay, they create a storefront of this. So there are like a branded company. They do have a storefront, right? Storefront of product in there, male wear, female wear, kids wear, like that way. So that is there. They have created a storefront on that. On the basis of the users click, consumers click, they will get a traffic. At the same time, that Amazon or that Flipkart will definitely get benefit. Commission will be generated and that will be given to the affiliate. Now, commission will be decided on the basis of click per cost per click, or pay per click, pay per link, okay, pay per sales, okay. So these are some of the mechanisms through which commission will be generated. Now there is a middle third part, that is what, not a third party, that is actually mediator. Mediator is the affiliate network. Affiliate network will arrange the payment. Affiliate network will let the Amazon to review the traffic which are being generated. How will Amazon know the traffic are generated? This link has generated traffic. Okay, or this website has generated so many lakhs of websites are being affiliated. No. So suppose there is one market. I'm the merchant site. I'm the merchant site. So many affiliated sites are being that selling their product through my site. So how will I know how many sites has generated how much of traffic? So I need to have that numbers, no. So I'll approach to the affiliate network. They will provide me the detail and review of each of the sites traffic to my site. Okay, traffic to my site. Suppose I have clicked on that any brand like Fab India brand. Okay, so I have generated one. I have already clicked the brand. That means click per cost generated a traffic. So now Fab India will also get a commission. At the same time, market merchant site will get a review that okay, Fab India has generated a click through, and again both of them will get the commission, fairly commission, like that way. You understood? Okay. So that is basically very easier concept. It's not that it's all about linking. Now network, affiliate network, not only make the payment arrangement, they will also arrange the linking. They will arrange the linking to storefront. You have a storefront, more items, then definitely a storefront is there. Or co-branding like social networking site, you get to see that is called co-branding. So sorry, co-branding. And then you also have that text link, a very small vendor like is that text link can be there, or product may not be that product details may not be developed, a text link can also be there. Graphic link is there most of the time. You get to see any kind of graphic or image link which is there. Not necessarily proper storefront. You don't have many items, small items you are selling in the market merchant website. So you are what you are doing, you will be developing some of the image link or graphic element of the product which you are going to sell, and you also put up a link in the merchant website. Again, I will click on the merchant website, but I am clicking the product you are selling, so commission will also be uh, done to you. Okay, you are getting? That is about affiliate marketing. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'm leaving it.